Let me take you back, family, to a day that changed everything for me. I was 21, just a young man with a head full of dreams and a heart full of doubt, standing in my mother's beauty shop in Mount Vernon, New York. The smell of hairspray and the hum of clippers filled the air, and I was sweeping the floor, minding my business, when an old prophetess, a woman I'd never met before, grabbed my hand. Her eyes locked on mine, piercing right through me. And she said, "Boy, you're going to travel the world and speak to millions." I laughed, nervous, thinking, me, this kid who stumbles over his words, who's barely got 2 nickels to rub together. But God was speaking through her, planting a seed I couldn't see sprouting yet. That moment stuck with me, and years later, here I am talking to you because God's got a word for you too. Right now, you're out there maybe broke, maybe broken, maybe wondering if your dreams are just pipe dreams. But hear me, God doesn't make mistakes. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5 proclaims, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." You're not here by chance, you're here for a divine purpose. This ain't just a talk, it's a holy summons to rise, grind, and step into the life God crafted for you. Grab somebody you love, share this message, and let's ignite a fire of faith and action together. Let's dive in. Family, are you with me? The hunger that fuels greatness. Answering God's call. If you're truly hungry in your soul, you'll do what others won't today to have what they can't tomorrow. I'm not talking about a life of fleeting fame or fleeting wealth. I'm talking about a life that shines God's glory, a life that leaves a legacy for generations. That kind of life demands something special from you, sacrifices, discipline, and a heart that loves the grind because it's God's grind. Nobody's going to hand you the future you see when you close your eyes at night. You've got to build it brick by brick with God as your foundation. Philippians chapter 4 verse 13 declares, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." We get one shot at this life, one chance to walk this earth, one moment to fulfill the calling God whispered into your spirit before you were born. Life's too short for excuses, family. Right now, shut out the noise and picture your dream. See the family you'll lift out of struggle, the lives you'll touch, the mark you'll leave. Feel it in your bones. Now take that first step out of your comfort zone, because faith without works is dead. As James chapter 2 verse 17 reminds us, I've been where you are, starting from nothing, feeling ordinary, wondering if I'd ever break through. If we all woke up ordinary, we'd all stay there, but you've made a choice. You've decided that life's storms, people's doubts, or your own fears won't write your story. That's a sacred decision, a covenant you make with God in the quiet of your heart. Nobody else carries the weight of your destiny. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect job, the perfect bank account. Failure only sticks if you refuse to rise. What you plant today, your prayers, your hustle, your faith blooms tomorrow. I remember nights in my 20s pounding the pavement in New York, audition after audition, hearing no so many times I started to believe it. My heart was heavy, my spirit bruised, but God kept whispering, "Keep going, son." Psalm chapter 23 verse 4 comforts us. "Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me." What's your future look like? What got you out of bed this morning? What's stirring deep in your soul? You're closer than you've ever been. Family. Those 15 minutes of extra sleep ain't worth the destiny God's holding for you. It's tough, but it's holy work. And it's worth every drop of sweat. You woke up today to chase your dream until it's yours. That means letting go of the one who doubted, who settled, who hid in the shadows. When you want to sleep, pray and rise. When you want to run from the fight, charge toward it with God's strength. It's always darkest before the dawn, but God's light never fades. Monday through Friday, give 120%. Every day's a fresh canvas to paint His glory. Take a deep breath. Inhale His peace. Exhale your fears. It's a new day, a new chance to walk in His purpose. Setbacks. They're not stop signs, they're setups for comebacks. Not every day will feel like a win, but God's moving in ways you can't see. You've got to make it happen for His glory, not your own. Every day, believe in the you God created. Every day, trust that your steps are guided, as Psalm chapter 37, verse 23 assures. The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord. Facing the fire, God's refining process. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Others might look like they're winning big houses, big titles, but if you're crumbling inside, you've got to fight that battle with God's armor. Shut down every negative thought, every whisper of you're not enough, every lie the enemy plants. When your mind begs for 5 more minutes, declare, I'm rising now for God's purpose. I've learned to use Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. You've got 5 seconds to act, or the moment slips away. Count it down, -5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and move. Rise and grind, rise and shine, rise and climb, give everything, because God gave His Son for you. I've stood on movie sets, heart pounding, doubting my talent, wondering if I belonged. But God said, I called you here. You start strong, running with fire, but life pushes back. People betray you. Bills pile up. Dreams feel distant. When you're empty, dig deeper. Flip that grind switch. Get gritty. Get raw. Because God's purpose demands it. Do whatever it takes, trusting His strength. Go out with all you've got, your heart ablaze for His glory. Live with a passion that sets your soul on fire, positioning yourself for God's favor. The mindset of greatness knows adversity forges resilience, and resilience births divine success. Wake up. Get up. Pour out your soul. I've grinned at early mornings, late nights, missing birthdays, missing sleep, trusting God's timing. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1 confirms, to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under heaven. See the sun rise, see yourself shining for God. This ain't a sprint, it's a marathon of faith, a long obedience in the same direction. If you're not where you want to be, redesign your habits, refine your spirit. You were born to win, not for yourself, but for God's kingdom. Don't fear hard work. Don't fear the grind. Don't fear sweat. It's your offering to the one who gave you breath. It'll transform your life, renew your mind, and lift your soul, as Romans chapter 12 verse 2 urges, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Greatness is obsessed with winning God's way, seeing the victory from the jump. If you can't rise and chase it, how will you win? If you can't push through, how will you level up? If you can't grind, how will you raise the banner of your life, declaring God's faithfulness? Change your lens, see challenges as God's training ground, not punishment. You get out what you put in, seeds and flanking seeds in fertile soil. Bad days will hit, days when you're tempted to throw in the towel. Keep grinding. Want to quit? Grind harder. This is your defining moment, a choice sealed in heaven. Life's pressure, ups, downs, mountains, valleys, is God's chisel shaping you into His masterpiece. My life's had valleys, failed auditions, lost loved ones, moments when I felt God was silent. But His grace carried me through. Your backstory's got pain, maybe trauma others can't fathom, abuse, betrayal, loss. But pressure can break you or make you a diamond for God's kingdom. It's not the problem, it's His refining fire. The trials of 2024, 2023, or years before, they're not your toughest yet. Maybe you've buried someone you love, faced rejection that cut deep, or carried scars nobody sees. But those years are God's boot camp, preparing you for greater battles and greater blessings. Life's about navigating pressure, insecurities, and trials with unwavering faith. What will you do with it? Romans chapter 8 verse 28 promises, all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to His purpose. Will you let pressure burst your spirit, or will you step boldly into your story, knowing God turns pain into purpose? Take control of your heart, your reactions, your faith, and let God craft something eternal. I've seen Him turn my failures into testimonies, my wounds into wisdom, my tears into triumph. Negative habits creep, and not because you chose them, but because of who you're around, what you've seen, what you've survived. I learned to hide pain from my dad, wearing fake smiles to keep the peace. But God met me in the mirror, whispering, "I see your heart, son. Let Maine heal it." The cost of destiny, sacrificing for God's glory. I made a choice not to wait for tomorrow, not to wait for the pain to ease or the path to clear. In my darkest hour, I stood firm, trusting God's healing touch. Hard work works, family. Good choices bring blessings. There's never a wrong time to honor God with your actions. Those choices, small, faithful steps, open doors for my dreams to take root. In my storm, I faced my greatest fear, myself. I had to look in the mirror and own my doubts, my flaws, my fears. Transparency, accountability, and action are your keys to freedom. Do the next right thing, love others as God loves you, and watch Him move, even in the chaos. You're made in His image, a critical thinker with divine potential. Don't settle for anything less than His truth. To go where God's calling you, you've got to do what you've never done. Speak His promises over your life. Say, "I am fearfully and wonderfully made," as Psalm chapter 139 verse 14 declares. Dig into a place only God can reach, where your soul meets His Spirit. You chose this life and He's equipping you for it. I've learned to seize every moment to speak, to challenge, to lift others, because life's fleeting. One day you're here, the next you're not. I confront myself daily, wrestling with inner conflicts, being honest about how I spend my time, my energy, my focus. Earning $1 million was easy compared to believing I could do it. That was the real fight, believing God's plan over the world's limits. We all want to be somebody, to go somewhere, to leave a mark. Stop excusing yourself from God's plan. You've got a destiny to fulfill, a purpose to walk into, tests to pass, rooms to enter, stages to stand on, tables to sit at. Renew your mind, restructure your thoughts. I'm grinding for my family, for my mother who prayed me through, for my father who taught me grit, to make history, to do what nobody thought possible, because God said I could. Comfort ain't fulfillment. It's a trap, a cozy cage that keeps you from flying. I choose common, chasing God's opportunities over man's security, risks over safety, His thrill over ease. I won't bow to fear or threats. It's my heritage to stand tall, face the world boldly, and declare, with God I've done this. Doubt from others ain't the issue. Self-doubt is the thief. It turns molehills into mountains, whispers into roars. Believe in the gift God planted in you. You've got one life, no excuses. I'm calling out the game changers, the ones ready to confront anything blocking their divine path. When you love who God's called you to be, there's no day off, no half-stepping. Don't wait another second. Matthew chapter 6 verse 33 instructs, "Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things shall be added to you." It's lonely sometimes walking this road. It's challenging, demanding discipline and faith when the world's screaming for you to quit. But it's a mindset. It's not over until you win God's victory. Excuses cut you off from your destiny like a dam blocking a river. Who's got a dream burning in their heart? Say it loud, "I am ready." This is your divine wake-up call. Pain's inevitable, you can't outrun it. No matter who you are, you'll face giants, but God's bigger. If I'm gonna hurt, let it be because I'm shaping my life for His glory, building a legacy that points to Him, weathering His storms with joy. Let my tears be for passing His tests, for giving my all, for running the race He set before me. Choose your heart, family. Everything's tough, but God's grace is enough, as 2 Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9 affirms. My grace is sufficient for you, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. Staying the course, God's discipline and restoration. Pain's unavoidable. Whether you're chasing health, love, or purpose, it stings, it burns, but on the other side is reward, no regrets, just growth. Discipline brings longevity, influence, power to impact lives for God. Choose results over regrets. Pick your pain, because life will knock you down. Processing pain is a skill. a currency for your future. The pain of discipline, of growing, of giving, of forgiving, it's all holy ground. Letting go of the past, balancing life, learning new ways, it's hard, but the reward's eternal. Hold on, pain ends, but God's strength endures. There's pain that wounds and pain that transforms. Choose transformation, family, and let God make you new. You can't sleep till noon and expect God's greatness to fall in your lap. You reap what you sow, as Galatians chapter 6, verse 7 reminds us. Control yourself, renew your thinking, cast out negativity like Jesus cast out demons. Manifest the purpose God knitted into you. Wake up, there's always another level. Another mountain to climb for His glory. Your mindset's your responsibility, not life's, not your boss's, not your past's. You're alive, heart still beating, journey still unfolding. Don't drown in regret, learn to swim in grace. Don't blame life for falls, failed relationships, or jobs that didn't work out. Be tougher than your trials, stronger than your circumstances. Focus on what you control, your mentality, your skills, your vision. Get a notebook. Write down your dreams, how much you want to save, who you want to love better, how you want to grow closer to God. You're here for a reason, not by accident. Action, dedication, passion, they're the keys to victory. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 urges, run in such a way that you may obtain the prize. Limits are mental tricks of the enemy. Challenges will come, big ones, relentless ones, but you don't have permission to quit. Fight the good fight. As Paul wrote in 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7, your greatness demands you stand firm, unswayed by the world's lies. Don't let anyone convince you you're unworthy. Get up, outshine yesterday's you. Write your vision, make it plain, as Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2 commands. It all starts with your mindset, a blend of discipline, strength, confidence, and ambition rooted in faith. Be faithful. Be productive. Let the world see you matter. I've doubted myself, hated my reflection, felt stuck in a cycle of not enough. But today, everything shifts. Get up, get after it. Be 1% better daily, a little stronger, a little wiser, a little closer to God. I wake at 3 a.m., no excuses, because my dream's worth it. Sometimes I wake at 2:45, tempted to sleep more. But I think those 15 minutes ain't worth my destiny. What's your one thing, your burning goal? Get it done, family. Be a beast for God. Stay in beast mode. You're tired of just dreaming, of focusing on risks instead of rewards. Stop listening to naysayers, to voices that dim your light. Conditions won't be perfect, money's tight, time's short, doubts are loud. But how bad do you want it? Are you ready to sacrifice, to work, to stay consistent? You're tired of the old you, the one who shrinks back. The hardest worker wins, not the loudest talker. Get your life in order, your words aligned with faith, your heart surrendered to God, your actions bold. Be phenomenal, because God's phenomenal. Say what you'll do, then do it, and watch God elevate you. Speeches ain't enough, you've got to decide. If you're tired of missing your mark, of living unintentional, start now. Your dreams are phenomenal, but you're playing average. Go from average to extraordinary, from good to great, from great to God glorifying. Enough's enough. You've got assignments to finish, a destiny to fulfill. No more misery, no more excuses. Your beast mode's idle, sitting in neutral. Turn it on, keep it on. Because we're programmed to crave convenience. Excuses are easy, like slipping into warm pajamas, but they kill dreams. Stop comparing yourself to others, their money, their looks, their story. Comparison's a veil hiding fear, and fear's a liar. You're afraid, but God says, fear not. As Isaiah chapter 41, verse 10 assures, I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. Be a champion, a warrior for His kingdom. Keep your eyes on the prize, His prize. Stay hungry, trust the Spirit within you. Run that extra mile, pray that extra prayer. When you're weak, find strength in God. As Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 10 says, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Don't quit on your success, your purpose, your God. Why are you here right now reading this? Be the last one standing, ready for whatever comes, armored in faith. There's no off switch for your dream. And let the world see something unique in you, a light they've never seen. Keep pushing, keep breathing, keep believing. This is your time. Earn your victory, cross that finish line, hands high, shouting, "Thank you, Jesus." Building an eternal legacy, God's reward for faithfulness. If it matters to you, you'll find a way, not an excuse. Effort's the bridge to destiny. Work on your work, don't just do it, master it. Study it like a scripture, critique it like a coach. Reflect on it like a prayer. I watch my old performances, picking apart every line, every gesture, asking, how can I glorify God more? I just show up, get better. No promotion, no blessing comes without performance. Want it like you need air? If you're still breathing, there's room to grow. Upgrade daily your faith, your skills, your heart. If you're the same person you were last year, same habits, same excuses, that's a problem. Commitment ain't a weekend hobby, it's a lifestyle. Don't count the cost, it'll scare you off. Do what it takes, like LeBron James, who grew after his championship, unlike Dirk Nowitzki, who coasted. Increase your performance, and God increases your territory, pay, responsibility, legacy. The future's costly, family. Sacrifice time, wake at 4 a.m., pray, plan, move. Manage your 24 hours like a steward of God's gift. No binge watching, no scrolling for hours. Sacrifice comfort, step out of toxic relationships, unhealthy habits. Sacrifice the old you knew, seasons need new faith, new focus. Say goodbye to past victories, they're not your future. Sacrifice fear. Pride, ego, they disguise themselves as caution, but they're chains. I fear missing God's call, not man's approval. Sacrifice your vice, food, spending, distractions. Social media is a tool, but it's a tyrant if it owns you. Surrender what's holding you back. You need stamina, endurance, a spirit that says, I'll run till I reach. Speak it daily, pray it nightly. Extraordinary dreams demand extraordinary sacrifices. Let go of people who dim your vision, who add no value, who pull you from God. Snap out of it the old you can't carry this new season. Transform, and your future self will thank you, praising God for your obedience. Imagine a life where you refuse to stay stuck, where you say, I'm done with defeat. Grind now and you'll shine God's light later. It's hard days you'll stumble, days you'll weep, but never accept defeat. You only learn, growing wiser with each fall. Every day, execute God's plan, conquer the moment. What's one step you can take today? Maybe it's praying for clarity, forgiving someone, or writing your vision. Don't compromise your dreams. Your future self needs you to be brave, to reach out for support when life feels heavy. Find a tribe, people who pray with you, who push you toward God, not away. Be kind to yourself, family. You're human, not perfect, but God's mercy is perfect. You won't always feel ready, but anchor yourself in gratitude and patience. God's timing is perfect, as Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 11 says. He has made everything beautiful in its time. You're unbreakable, forged by God's love. Everything you're doing, every prayer, every sacrifice will pay off in eternity. Look at those shining around you. Their light comes from relentless grinding, from trusting God through the dark. Your habits, your thoughts, your prayers, they're building something holy. Nights of tears, moments of doubt, keep going. Your future self is cheering, thank you for not quitting. Turn haters into fuel, their words don't define you, God's do. Struggles are paving your path to destiny. Don't run from adversity, face it, because it's shaping you. 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 10 promises, after you've suffered a little while, the God of all grace will perfect, establish, and strengthen you. Your fire burns bright, but when it flickers, God reignites it. You owe it to your future self, to the legacy God's writing through you. Embrace discipline, say no to distractions, yes to His call. Deflect negativity, surround yourself with a tribe that lifts you. Misery loves company, but it can't have yours. Your team's a unit, running for God's championship. Make moves, time slipping, but God's eternal. Walk with integrity so your reflection shines with His truth. Your future self counts on you, no shortcuts, no compromise. The day's coming to walk in clarity, to live in His glory. Greatness is your destiny, but reboot your mind daily. Every step matters, every day's a chance to win for God. Healing through God's embrace. a journey to wholeness. Pain's part of this walk, but God's love is the healer. I've carried scars, rejection from auditions, betrayal from those I trusted, grief that felt like it never left. But God's restored me piece by piece. Maybe you're carrying wounds, abuse, loss, shame, fear. God sees every tear, knows every ache. Isaiah chapter 61 verse 3 offers to give them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning. Let him trade your pain for his peace. Forgive yourself for the mistakes, forgive others for the hurt, and let his love wash over you. Your scars aren't shame, they're proof you're a warrior chosen by God's grace. As you grind, let him heal, turning your past into a testimony that lights the way for others. Seize your divine moment. Family, this is your hour. God's planted a dream in your heart, a purpose only you can fulfill. I've walked this road, rejection, doubt, pain, but God's grace carried me through. Now I'm calling you to rise. Don't let this moment slip away. Grab a notebook, pray over your dreams, write them down. Say no to one excuse today. Maybe it's hitting snooze, maybe it's holding a grudge. Take one step toward your destiny, call a mentor, pray a bold prayer, start that project. Share this message with someone who needs it, text it, post it, speak it into their life. Drop "I'm ready" in the comments, and let's build a community of warriors chasing God's glory. Joshua chapter 24 verse 15 challenges. Choose this day whom you will serve. Choose God, choose your purpose, choose to rise and grind. Let's make history for his kingdom. Family, go get it. Now.